we trapping. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. I hope everybody had a good day. I hope everybody having a good evening. Yes, sir. We in here. Shout out to Johnny Duncan Sr. in the building. Mr. Desmond, Iron Man, the member. Sliding in for the win. I appreciate you, sir. I really do. Salute to my folks. Yes, sir. We just trapping on the Tuesday, you understand me? You already knew that. You know what we do over here on this side of YouTube. Yes, sir. Shout out to my folks, man. Shout out to my folks. Shout out to Kevin Hicks. He coming in, says Trap, Elijah Robinson. Y'all know how it go, man. The order of operations around this part. You understand? Let's do it. You know, first and foremost, I need you to hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Let's go. Let's run it up. Let's do it. I need my people. I need you to tell your friends, foes, aunties, nephews that Landlord need them views. So use that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Let's go. Yes, sir. I need all my minds to hit the like button, the share button. I need all my members to do the same. Let's do it. Yes, sir. We live in the trap with it, though. Yes, sir. We got a few things to talk about today, you know. I had to put a show together for y'all. And we gonna get it done the best way we know how to do it. You understand? Let's do it. But first and foremost, we gotta make sure them haters doing the most. What they was put on God's green earth to do, and you already knew that's hate, man. Let's get this trap jump around the corner. Let's do it. Yeah. Shout out to my folks.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. Hey. I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Hey. Ain't no looking back, came a long way. Hey. I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey. That what make them hate, that what make them hate. Hey. And we just getting cake and they just in the way. Hey. That what make them hate, that what make them hate. Hey. Cause we just getting cake and they just in the way. Hey. Landlord is showing how to ball, boy.
Let's go.
You ain't even on the team, you just a ball, boy. Real high, used to rock knockout, but it's real now. Real fly. Bitch, I probably average your career high. Nigga one day hating on it, probably wanna kill. When they got our own band, we hollin' a deal now, yeah. Long live CEO, CIP the dollar. Nigga took my brother, that made me go harder. That turned me to a monster. Now I'm focused on the comma. I'ma run up them comma, the summer, run up them numbers, yeah. I know that they hate the way a ball, man. Rockin' all this ball, man. Street made on the chain. I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Ain't no looking back, we came a long way. Hey, I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey, that what make them hate, that what make them hate. Hey, and we just getting cake and they just in the way. Hey, that what make them hate, that what make them hate. Hey, cause we just getting cake and they just in the way. Hey.
Now you might think you at school or maybe even at home or watching me through your phone, but I promise you in the trap, sir.
Trap.
I promise.
Trap.
Make no mistake about it, man. Listen. PFF done got some, some decent little mocks out there. They got a couple of topics that I want to go over today. And they very interesting, man. They got some interesting comps out there. And I want to discuss it, man, because I think a few of them, they on point, but a few of them, you're gonna have to talk about them. Okay, and I do like what I seen from the mock draft. We're gonna get into it from what they got for the Cowboys, and it is an old lineman. I ain't gonna tell you his name until we get into it, but hey, how y'all doing today, man? How y'all doing? I hope everybody's well. I pray everybody doing well. And man, yeah, I just did a show with Vice Lombardi yesterday and it aired today. I hope y'all check that out. I know a lot of people been saying they enjoyed it and it got some good feedback. So yeah, man, I appreciate that. And it was very fun to do my first show with Vice, and I think it was a success. So hopefully we be doing some more content in the future. I think people really liked that. So yeah, man, shout out to all my folks. Shout out to Ariana Stewart. Shout out to Al Logan, Lee Harrison. Hold on, Hairston. My bad. Craig Lofgreen in the building. Loves Beauty 41. Shout out to you. Kelvin Hicks, Elijah Robinson, Corey Collier. Shout out to you, Chris Neal. Shout out to all the people that's rocking with your boy. Please hit the share button. Please hit the like button. You know the algorithm trying to knock me off my rhythm. We cannot let them defeat us. We can't
trap.
We will be great. You know, we gonna live and shine through the hate. We will be great. We will not let them win. But was that a bird or a plane? What was it? I'm not sure. Hold on. Oh. It's nefarious news, of course. That's what it is, man. Shout out to everybody out here rocking. Yes, sir. We got some trap topics of the day. Yeah, get well soon to HTM Sports. He's still under the weather, still getting it together. We got big praying hands up for Mr. HTM Sports. Put the proud emojis in the chat for your boy, man, if y'all don't mind. I really appreciate it. We trying to wheel him back into good spirits and good health. I need my partner in crime back on the airways, man. We really do. We missing HTM. Hey, he brought a lot to the table, man, and we need him back on these Cowboy streets, man. So prayers up for my guy HTM Sports, you understand? But this is one of the PFF mock drafts that they came out with, and they got us Mr. Amarius Mims. Trap. Now, I like to pick a lot. I think he's a mauler. I think he can be a day one starter. I think he can step in and be a straight menace for the Dallas Cowboys. And my only concern is, will he be there? Now, I've seen a lot of people discussing this on Twitter. Shout out to the people on X, you know what I'm saying? Not ecstasy, you know, not that. Do they even still got that out there for sale? I mean, I don't know. I never dabbled, but you know, not ecstasy, but on X, I seen a lot of people over there talking about how many people will be available. Nope, everybody can't get drafted in the top 25. Everybody can't leave, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can't be gone before we pick. So it will be some people that make it to 24. It will be some big time players that's gonna be still on the board when it's our time to pick. But the only thing about it is we don't know who it will be, though. So, like I said on the show with Vach, I really do feel like we got so many areas that we can address that we almost like we free. It's almost like we addressed all of them, because when you address all of them, now you got enough freedom to be like, hey, I could get this, I can get that. Now you got a little leeway to be flexible depending on how the draft fall for you. But now I think it's the reverse. Like, we are so in shambles that we can pick anything and be just fine. We can pick almost anything and just be fine. So, hey, I'm thinking along those lines. But if it's an offensive lineman, we definitely need to bag him, bring him in, and make sure he be a big-time contributor on this team. And, you know, given the track record of the Dallas Cowboys, we got to admit, them boys been cooking when it comes to the O-lineman, right? They been cooking. Like, a lot of people didn't believe in Tyler Smith. I was one of the few who did. I never doubted him. A lot of people was like, I don't know if he had all these penalties. I'm up here watching his tape at Tulsa, and he just throwing people around and very aggressive. Now, I was worried about him getting penalties as far as that go, but I never was concerned with Tyler Smith. Never. It's strange, but I never was. Then once I seen his tape, then I seen him in the interviews. I got a good feel for his mentality and his mindset. That sold me. I was sold on Tyler Smith after I seen those two. So you can go back and check all of my work. I never doubted Tyler, and he's always been a guy that I felt confident in. So the Dallas Cowboys, they hardly miss when it comes to that. They hardly miss when it comes to this O-line stuff. So if we do have to drop an O-lineman in the first round, I would be confident in that. I would be confident. No matter who he is. I think they earn that type of reputation to the point where we got to give them a little grace, man. We got to give them a little grace. Even if it's not a player that we want, even if it's not a player that we had on our board for the Cowboys. If it's an O-lineman, we got to be like, okay, let's take a breath, take a deep breath, woo-sah, hold your horses, pump your brakes. Let's really reassess this and then come back to the drawing board and see what happened. We got to really give them a little respect when it comes to this O-line stuff. But shout out to HTM in the building, man. He says, I'm here, bro. Thanks for the love. But why are people so sure Mims can be good left side player? That's an interesting debate right there. I think a lot of people just confident in his athleticism. When you got a different level of athleticism from these tackles, man, you just confident in them doing both things. I think he got most of his reps at right tackle. Didn't we go over that last time? Let me make sure. That might be something I have to check real quick. I think he did most of his reps in at the right tackle position. Let me go look this up real quick. I believe so, though. I believe so. I believe he was a right tackle most of his career. I would like to see it real quick. Let me see. Wait a minute. NFL draft. Big board. Give me 1 second. You know we building this plane in the air. Not those. Tackle. Okay, tackle position. Let's see. Mims. He shouldn't be this far down. Okay, I see Mims. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, he played 297 snaps in 2023 at right tackle. 383 snaps at right tackle in 2022. And 121 snaps at right tackle in 2021. So he has been a right side player. But I think they trust in the athleticism, HTM. That's a good concern. It honestly is. But I think they trust in that athleticism. When you got a superior athlete, you feel comfortable about him doing some other stuff. But I'm with you on that, though. Like, I'm not too fond of turning him into a left side player. We seen that fail miserably before. That's not an easy thing to do. They said they liken it to, hold on. They said it's almost like wiping with the other hand. I think I could say it in a clean way. But they said it's almost like wiping with the other hand. And that sounds impossible. Trap. That sounds very, very difficult. So, hey, if he able to do it, they must have seen some indicators on tape, HTM, that give them some confidence. But I've been seeing a lot of people mocking him to us. Now, I don't think it's a chance in the world that Terrence Steele could go to another position. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. But salute to all the people rocking, man. Please hit the like and share button, man. You know we trying to run the numbers up. We trying to get the people in the building, let them know we live for your mind. We trying to do some good things over here. But let's get back into it, man. This is a short one right here. The graphics, I got some more, some of the articles I want to see. But, man, I'm not going to lie. Tyrion Arnold to the Eagles, I would hate that with all of my soul. I really think he the best corner in the draft. And I wouldn't like to see him in that ugly green uniform. I just wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But the Eagles do draft a lot of Bama, a lot of SEC players. So a lot of Georgia. They like the SEC players, man. So that might be right up their alley, but I pray he don't go there. I really don't want to see him in that ugly green. But Tyrion is a monster. And then Brian Thomas Jr. going to the Chargers. Then they just draft Quentin Johnson. So they just gonna keep drafting receiver. It must be nice, Justin Herbert. Trap. It must be nice, and I gotta fight the good fight for Dak Prescott to get one. You know what I'm saying? I gotta fight the good fight for him to get one. He drafting, they acting like they finna draft receive after receive. That's crazy. But it says the Dallas Cowboys are predicted to add a player being called a steal by a longtime scout running back Rasheen Ali. Let's take a look at this young man. I've been hearing about him. We're gonna have to see, can that translate? You know, he coming from Marshall. That's a smaller school. So we'll have to see, can it translate? That's the biggest thing to me. When it comes to the small school kids, man, what they say, you gotta walk on water, man.
That don't work, I'm bad.
You gotta walk on water now. You gotta be one of them ones. You can't play around at all when you one of these players, man, because you taking more than one jump. When it comes to the players that's in the small school, you taking more than one jump. You're not just jumping from college to the NFL. You taking a jump from D2, D1, then college. Then NFL. So it's more than one jump, really. But not to say that these smaller school players can't hold up. We just don't know. It's just more of a chance. It's more of a risk when it comes to them. But we've seen plenty of them come through here and shake up some stuff. But let's take a look at what he has to offer. Let's see. Mr. Rasheen Ali. They said, okay, wait a minute, what happened? I just had it up and I messed it up. You know, this is the life of a content creator, man, you know. I just had it up, hit a button, and then it went away. So, half bets, okay. You gotta go down, so he is a steal. He'll be like a day 3 guy, but they got him. Let's see. He has, in 2023, he rushed for 1,127 yards out of 210 attempts. 15 touchdowns, 27 receptions, out for 38 targets for 207 yards. And in 2022, he graded even better with less tries, of course. He had 273 yards. And in 2021, he must have been hurt in 2022 then. Let's see how many games he played. Yeah, he only played 3 games in 2022. I'm gonna have to see what that injury is. But in 2021, he played 13 games, 250 rushes for 1,389 yards, 5.6 a carry, 23 touchdowns, and 46 receptions for 56 yards. No, 46 receptions for 56 receptions for 344 yards. So listen, he sounds like he that deal over there when he was healthy. But I do want to know what that injury was. Is anybody familiar with this player to see what his injury was? Do anybody know what his injury was? Somebody help me out. I could do the research, but it'll just prolong the show a little bit. But I do want to know what happened to him. Was it a major injury? Was it a ACL? Was it one of those 3 letters? I hope not, you know. HTM got him in the 7th round. Good grief. That's pretty low. Now, he is a small schools kid, so this the Deuce Vaughn of the draft, of the 2024 draft, HTM. That's what you telling me, sir? Trap. You telling me this the rupture bicep? I ain't worried about that, man. I ain't worried about that. Well, Well, was it the one he carried the ball in? Let me know that. That's important. Which arm was it? I want to know which arm was it. That might be, that could be a problem for a running back. Like, that could be a problem for a running back. Oh my. This want to be a rough show today. I see it. Now my mouse done died all of a sudden, but we going to make it work, y'all. We going to make it work. It's going to take more than that to stop a trap. Let's see what they say. Chris Johnson says, Landlord, if a O-line and a wide receiver tags are touching, no Diddy. Wait a minute. Hold your horses, pump your brakes. Which do you draft at 24? Okay. Hold on. He says an O-lineman and a wide receiver. Yikes. Whew, Lord. You asking me, or what would the Cowboys do? Or what should we do? Them three different questions. You asking me? Are you asking what should we do? Or what the Cowboys will do? You know what I'm saying? Them three different questions. Let me know which answer you want. Because you know what my answer is. He said, he ruptured his bicep at the Senior Bowl. So that's alarming. That's a no for me. If he did it at the Senior Bowl, he gotta wait. Y'all give me 1 second. My mouse has died, so I gotta do some bootleg stuff. So give me 1 second. I don't understand why they want you to have to charge a mouse these days. They should just let you, have a normal mouse. But they want you to be all extra Apple. What I would do, I'm drafting a receiver, sir. You already know that. Come on, man. Trap. Well, hold up. You said at 24 though. You said at 24 though. I'm so irresponsible, man. I want a receiver at all costs right now. I want a receiver at all costs, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Look, I know a lot of people, they don't see the beauty in getting a receiver. I understand. But I'm telling you, this is a pick for the future and now, though. It's not like the receiver won't help you today. The receiver right now, one of these receivers that I want, like a Leggett, like the guy in the thumbnail, if you get a guy like that, man, he's going to instantly impact your team. He's going to instantly push the other receivers down the totem pole, and it's going to make this offense way, way, way better. Don't that sound good? Trap. ATM said receiver at 24 is fine. So what you gonna rock out with the O lineman you got on the team, ATM? That's your plan? Cause it sounds like you just like screw it. Cause I ain't gonna lie, man. We dedicate a lot of capital to the O line, man. We do. Like we haven't right now had per se, but historically we always getting O linemen, man. You know what I'm saying? I want us to get a receiver. But I could take it in the second round, though. I could take a receiver in the second round. I can. I'm not going to be mad because it's some good second-day receivers that'll help your team out instantly, too. It's a lot of them. I like the Javon Baker kid. I like, Keon Coleman may not. They look like they still sleeping on Xavier Worthy. And that'll be a big-time mistake. If we can get Xavier Worthy in the second round, my God. Trap. I'm telling y'all right now, a lot of people don't get it, bro. I was big on Zay Flowers last year. I was big on Tank Dell last year. I had Tank first, then I had Zay second. That was my second receiver, Zay Flowers. Look at what both of those guys did. I ain't gonna say I like Worthy better than Tank, but I do. I think he better. I think I like him better than Zay Flowers, though. I think I like Xavier Worthy better than Zay Flowers. The only difference is, which is a big difference, Zay catches the ball a little better. But far as ability go, Worthy is a home run. He's knocking it out the park, people. He's knocking it out the park. So, like, yeah, big time. Truthfully, we need a left tackle if they're keeping Smith at left guard. Big time. I didn't want them to let go of Tyron Smith, though. That's my problem. See, I had the receiver at 2024. I mean, at 24. It is 2024. But I had receiver at 24. Like, I was banging for that because I felt like we didn't have as many holes at the time. But then we let Tyron go. Then we let Tyler Biadasz go. And now we creating more and more holes for ourselves. Now it's irresponsible, it feels like, to not draft a O-lineman in the first round. It feels irresponsible. But if one of my receivers there, I ain't going to be mad. Bobby Ellis said Worthy not there at 24. So you think he going higher than 24, sir? They got Worthy dropping in the second round. I seen some mocks with Worthy in the second. I said, man, sign me up, sir. Please. I would be very, very, very happy about that. Not many true left tackles. I wish I could pull your comments up, but you know my mouse is in shambles at the moment. He says not many true left tackles will be there at 24. If there is one, that makes it I'm fine with it. Okay, I got you. See, but okay, if you get somebody like Jordan Morgan, I think he could be possibly there. The left tackle out of Arizona. I think he could be there. He's a smooth player, man. He's a nice left tackle. We just got to see, can it translate? He got a lot of ability. He never looks scared. He always in position. He never getting beat on the outside that much. Like, he's always cool, calm, and collected. Play with nice pad level. I like a lot of stuff what I see out of Jordan Morgan. So one thing, I think smoothness is a little underrated. Because if you're not confident in your skill set, you can't be smooth. Think about that. People overlook the fact that a player is smooth. But if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not confident in what you're doing in your skill set, there's no way you could be smooth. So when you got a player that's calm and cool and collective, that means he is fully confident in what he do. He understands what his assignment is, and he's about to make sure he attack it and get the job done. So it feels like Jordan Morgan was never, ever panicking. He always was in the right position. And he was strong enough to have a nice base when getting bull rushed too badly. I like a lot of stuff I seen out of him. So I'm pretty sure out of all these talented left tackles and quarterbacks and wide receivers, Morgan might be there for you. He might be there for you, and he is a natural left tackle. So what you think about Jordan Morgan? What y'all think about Jordan Morgan out of Arizona? I think he'll be a good left tackle, pure left tackle. You don't have to convert him like Guyton and all these other people. Hold on. Guyton, I believe Guyton is a right tackle too. But you don't have to convert him like these other players. You can just plug and play. He a natural left tackle and he ready to go. He ready to go at that point. Roderick Atwood says Worthy will be there at 24. I mean, I wouldn't want to pick him that high, to be honest. Like I said, it'll be irresponsible. Hey, I would do it because I'm me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm on YouTube and not in the studio with them, you know? But look, we only care about the draft and the draft value before we find out who the players is. You see what I'm saying? When you drafted Dak Prescott in the 4th, if you would have drafted him in the 1st, you would be pleased with what you got. Trap. Right? You would be pleased with what you got. If you drafted, like I said, if you would have drafted Trayvon Diggs in the 1st round, nobody would have batted an eye. You only care about it before you understand and realize what the player is. You see what I'm saying? If you could tell what the player is right now, you wouldn't care about when you picked him. If Xavier were to come in here day one and be one of the best receivers we done seen in the league or something, you wouldn't give a damn that you picked him in the 1st round. You wouldn't care about that, right? So I think that's a way to look at it, man. We gotta kind of get out of that draft mindset. And it's the same way. Now, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to say this. What if the Cowboys was to draft somebody like Peyton Wilson in the first round. I know we'll be like, oh my God, the hurt guy, the linebacker guy. But what if he go out there and turn into motherfucking Ray Lewis, man?
Trap.
We wouldn't care, bro. We would not care. We wouldn't care if this man turned into Urlacher or somebody, man. We wouldn't care. If he go out there and be a straight beast, a straight monster, we wouldn't care that we gave up that first round pick. It'll only matter right now. It only matters when, late April till, when we start the season, right before the season. That's the only time it'll matter. But once that season starts and we see what that player is, we wouldn't care about it. We wouldn't care about it. Chris Longstar says Wilson is worth it, though. Hey, we'll have to see. It'll be a lot of unhappy Cowboy fans if we was to take a linebacker or take Peyton Wilson in particular at 24 because he was hurt. He got a lot of he got a grocery list of injuries, bro. He got a grocery list of injuries. But like that's a sneaky pick. Like we don't know how head over heels Mike Zimmer might be for Peyton Wilson. We don't know how head over heels he might be for Edgerrin Cooper. He might be a guy that go late in the first round. Like we don't know. We looking at these guys like second round picks, but it's a few people that's on the fringe. Like they teeter-tottering. Like it's real close. You don't know what's gonna happen. Like, and just like I hollered at Voch yesterday. Voch said he felt like Trey Benson gonna go earlier than a lot of people think. And that hurt my heart because I'm hoping we can get him. But with a player of that caliber, man, you just don't know what might happen. You just don't know what might happen. They might be like, man, this dude too good. Just like they slept on the running back class last year. Now this year, a lot of people probably, took notes from last year and was like, man, Gibbs went 12th, bro. Like, that is insane, man.
Trap.
If we thought we knew everything last year, you got to know for a fact, we got to look at it differently. This year, we know we don't know anything, really. Like, we really don't know anything, really. Because we don't know how these teams is valuing these players. Yeah, Jalen Wright out of Tennessee, he might go higher. Braylon Allen. Some of these players that we saying, oh, ain't no running back gonna get picked in the second round or first round. Like, bro, we don't understand how much these teams value these players yet. So we have to see. We'll only get that type of stuff draft day. That's the only time you may be able to tell what happened. That's the only time you may be able to get a grip of what might possibly happen. But let's see, man. I got a couple of more graphs to do. I let my mouse charge for a tad bit so we can get back into it real quickly, man. But Rasheen Ali is a late rounder that might be able to help out. He might even be a UDFA. But look at PFF want to start some mess. PFF want to start some mess, don't it, y'all? Good grief. Now, we mess with PFF, not their grades. We mess with their platform. We mess with their mock drafts. We mess with stuff like that, the information on the platform. But when it comes to stuff like this, like, y'all got to relax, man. That's trash. You trash. Now, look. You going to tell me to pick between CeeDee Lamb and Marvin Harrison Jr. Of course, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a hell of a player that's finna come out of college. But the only problem is he's coming out of college. CeeDee Lamb is an all-pro. You know what I'm saying? I seen one do it. I ain't seen the other one do it. That's an easy win right there.
Trap.
That's an easy win right there, right? So, we gotta make sure we put respect where the respect is due. But I want to entertain this little mess for a second, though. I want to entertain this mess for a second. Okay? That right there kind of made me beg the question. If CeeDee Lamb was coming out in this draft class, where would he rank, though? Where would CeeDee rank? Now, not CD that you know and love. CD as a draft pick. You know what I'm saying? CD before when he was coming out of Oklahoma. That's interesting. That's interesting. But CD was phenomenal too, though. But it's strange, though, that he fell in his own draft, though. That's what makes this interesting. Because CD fell to 24? When we drafted CD, 17? I think we drafted CD like a weird number, like 17th. So, where would he be in this draft? Because this supposed to be an all-time wide receiver draft. Yeah, 17th. I thought so. This supposed to be an all-time wide receiver draft. So where would CD rank in this draft? That's interesting. That's interesting. Shout out to my members sliding in for the win. Shout out to you guys, the poet. Shout out to Bobby Ellis. Who else my other members sliding in? I thought I seen a couple of more, but I appreciate y'all. All my folk. Where would you think he'll rank though? Let's get into it then. Let's see. I honestly don't think he'll be better than I don't think they'll have him higher than Marvin Harrison. Just off the name. Marvin Harrison would have been still the top receiver. Hey, yeah, let's get into it, King G. We ain't doing nothing else. Trap. Hey. Well, can I rephrase the question then? Because I don't think they want to play ball. But we getting into it, though. This is interesting. Okay, how many CeeDee Lambs you think in this draft? Do you think it's another CeeDee Lamb type player in this draft? That's interesting. Freight Train says top 5. I think so too. See, it's crazy when thinking of CD as a prospect, not as the all-pro. This is CD after a couple of years of grooming and becoming this player. CD was nice coming out, but he wasn't this guy. Okay, if we take a comparison, okay, C. Burleson said none. Ooh, so where you'll rank CD winner out of this draft? I love CD, but I can't even say that. I'm talking about CeeDee Lamb, the prospect. I don't know. You got some people in this one, bro. And CD was 17th in his own. So that right there, I can't say he would have been higher than these dudes. I know he wouldn't have been higher than Marvin Harrison. And probably not higher than Malik Neighbors either. He probably would have been third, though. Yeah, I'll take CD. I think CD would have been regarded as better than a Doomsday and Franklin and all of them guys. I think he would have been better than all of them guys, for sure. Top 5 for sure. Hold on, wait a minute, Bobby. Second round this year. You try, man, let me see. Let me find out. Shout out to Jose Banks with the $5 super, man. I appreciate you. He says, that was a great show with you and Vach. Keep doing big things. Wings? Wings. Okay. I know that might have been a mistype, but I appreciate you, sir. I really do, man. Thank you for the donation. First super of the day. It goes a long way, and I appreciate it. Bobby Ellis, are you saying that CeeDee Lamb would have been in the second round, sir? Now I said I was finna get a little messy, but not that messy. Now you took it way too far, sir. You taking it way too far. Al Logan said not higher over Keon. So you wanna, man, now I would have took CD over Keon. I love Keon Coleman. Gang. I would have still took CD over. Cause CD had a proven track record. CD did it with 3 different quarterbacks. You see what I'm saying? Coming out of Ohio State, he did it with 3 different quarterbacks. It wasn't like he didn't have a nice resume. CD was going crazy in Oklahoma. I'm tripping. He was going crazy in Oklahoma. So let's not play with CD resume and act like he wasn't like that. But I say 2 of these guys would have been rated over him. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. and Malik Neighbors would have been over him, for sure. I think them two Them guys would have been over a lot of people, though. Anybody outside of, what's his name? For the Bengals. Jamar Chase and them, because they had him super high. Anybody outside of people like him and who else was a big-time receiver prospect coming out? It ain't many people that they got higher than these two dudes. I'm going to tell you that right now. It ain't many people coming out that's higher than these two dudes. Bruce says option routes and curls hurt Ricky CD. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. But he still cooked. See, Ricky CD got 900 yards or some stuff like, right? He almost got 1,000 his rookie year. So CD came in with an instant impact. That's the life I'm trying to give y'all again. Trap. I tell y'all, and the same people who love CD, what if they wouldn't have did that? What if we would have said we don't need no receiver? Even though you got this great receiver right here, what if they would have said we don't need no receiver? We good. That would have been dumb. This is the same situation. I just had the conversation with Vach. He agreed. He said receiver might be the best player available like 2-3 rounds in a row. Trap. So, but y'all want us to overlook the best player and just say, hey, not a receiver. I think that'll be a mistake, y'all. I really do. This is what strengthens my argument to say the draft one. It strengthens it because they gonna be the best player available. Like for at least the second round and the third round, I'm willing to bet. Might be even in the first. It might be the first 3 rounds. The best player available will be 3. It'll be wide receivers for the first 3 rounds. I'm almost willing to bet. If it's not a receiver in the first, it'll be a tackle or something. Maybe we get lucky and JPJ fall there, and I bet you the receiver on the board at the time probably be a better player. But we just gonna have to stretch for need. Guaranteed. So this is what I'm telling y'all, like, so when I put it in that way, not drafting a receiver is almost irresponsible. Trap. You see how y'all fell for the trick. But for real though, like, do you get my logic? Like, so you want them, we asking the Cowboys to continuously pass up on the best player available? Like, hey, that receiver right there, we good. Keon Coleman right there, we good. Nah, we straight. Then you get to the third round, you got Javon Baker or somebody there. You got Corley. What's his name? Malachi Corley or somebody right there. We good. Come on, man. That's irresponsible at that point. We got to be fair. We got to be level on this. We don't want them to be drafting anything other than BP8, honestly. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Receiver this year is like running back last year. Running back last year was loaded, and we passed up on all of them. Don't make the same mistake twice consecutively, please. I don't think I can live with that. Shit. ATM, I might have to go on a hiatus, bro. I might have to go on a hiatus, sir. You see what I'm saying, Bobby? I got flashbacks. We don't want to pass up on the next Randy Moss again. You sit up and look Keon Coleman dead in the face and say you good, and this boy go out here and be a monster for 10 years. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that team that do that. So, I think we need to reshape the way y'all looking at my take on drafting a receiver. Now that I think about it, drafting a receiver is absolutely irresponsible if you don't do it. Trap. Not drafting a receiver is irresponsible because you will have to intentionally not draft BPA. Probably 2 rounds in a row. And that's just crazy. So, if the Cowboys smart like I hope they are, they gonna draft me a receiver. Maybe I have to settle for one in the 3rd round. maybe, hopefully in the second, because it'll be a nice cream of that crop in the second round, man. That second round gonna be loaded. But look, Tyrone, even if Coleman make it to the second round, will he make it to us, though? That's my concern. They got to make it to the back end of the second round. They got to make it to the back end of the second, though. That's the only sad part about it. So, it's a lot of people that's kind of down on Keon Coleman. I seen this. Shout out to League Winners on Twitter. This was an interesting debate. Javon Baker and Keon Coleman. Now, I'm a side with Keon Coleman. I like Javon Baker, too. He's a good receiver. I like how he play. He's a strong at the point, at the high point type guy. He got strong hands. He's gonna be in position. He's like a bully almost. He be boxing people out and just go get the ball. That's like your best attribute. I said this before. When it comes to a wide receiver, man, our biggest advantage over a DB is tracking the ball and catching the ball. So when it comes to evaluating a receiver, you need to put a lot more stock on that. I'm gonna just tell y'all a real trick about evaluating receivers. It sounds easy, but it's not. Some people go for the fast guy, the twitchy guy, the route running guy, all of that. But it's DBs who can do all that. It's DBs who can mirror you. But you know what a DB can't do? Your coach told you. If he can catch the ball, he'll be a receiver, sir. Trap. So if you wanna, if it's any advantage that a receiver got over a DB, you would want the gap between him being able to catch and the DB not being able to catch. You would want that to be the biggest differential. Because when that ball in the air, some DBs, they could be the fastest dude, the quickest dude. They could be all of that. But when that ball in the air, a lot of them guys panic. And that's why I like players that's great at 50-50 type balls that can track the ball. And those two guys right there, they both got that kind of skill set. But the only difference is Keon is a taller dude. Keon catch radius is even worse. It's ridiculous. So I need to see Dak Prescott with a receiver like that. And when I said this on the last show, I believe somebody said Dez. Now, Dez was like that, but Dak caught the back end of Dez's career. That's the only bad thing about it. Dak caught the back end of Dez's career. He didn't catch the Dez. Like, he didn't catch that Dez. He got Dez. He didn't get Dez. You remember, it was a stretch when Dez was like top 2 in the league. Dak didn't get that kind of Dez. So I still haven't seen Dak with that physically imposing, dominant presence at wide receiver. And you know something sad? This finna say you on it too. Dak wanna play like that, y'all. You wanna know why I know Dak wanna play like that? How Dak use Michael Gallup? Trap. Somebody in the chat box let me know if I'm right. Somebody in the chat let me know if I'm right or wrong. I'll wait. How Dak Prescott used Michael Gallup? Like he was 6'4", like he was a 6'4". Am I right or wrong? He used Michael Gallup like he was a 6'4" possession receiver with elite ball skills. That's how Dak wanted to use Michael Gallup his whole career. And that's not who Michael Gallup is. He kind of like that. At the best style of Michael Gallup was kind of like that. The best version of him. But that's how Dak want to use him. You remember all them frustrating passes that Dak could throw? He'll throw it in a spot, and Michael Gallup would be spinning and try to catch it and all that stuff. Dak looking for that type of possession receiver, and he know that Michael Gallup go up and get the ball like that. He used Toba like that. Yes, he do. He throw the ball up to Toba too. Dak wants to play like that, but he just don't have that skill set on his team. This is what I'm trying to let y'all understand. He was throwing the ball up to Brandon Cooks like that. So this is what I'm telling y'all. And then this for the people The people, if you're not super fond of Dak, if you think Dak ain't the greatest quarterback, if you want to get rid of Dak, well, you can't. So I'm going to say this. The best thing to help Dak out is somebody with a crazy catch radius. You know what I'm saying? Like a Keon Coleman. You need somebody with a big catch radius that can catch the ball from everywhere. If you feel like Dak ain't accurate, go get you a big catch radius guy. Keon gonna catch the ball wherever you throw it at. He got hands like that. Javon Baker is gonna go get the ball too. So, Keon on the high side. I think Javon Baker will be a little bit on the lower side. You might be able to get him in the third. Might not make it to you in the third, maybe, but you might be able to get Javon Baker in the third. See, Danny, you talk about that super tall dude, though. I don't know about him, Danny. I got to watch a little more on him. Do you look at him like a receiver? Because I hear a lot of people saying they want to put him at tight end. When you get to getting that tall, it be kind of iffy, Danny, at a receiver. Because you got to be able to get low when you getting in and out of your breaks. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see, can he do that? I got to see what he can do that. JB. Trap. See that, Danny? You know I'm on the same page with you then. He said he made my tight end list. See, a lot of people they putting him in the tight end type position. When you start getting a certain height at receiver, it start being basically a flaw. For real. You want your receivers probably 6'4", 6'5". And then if they that tall, they got to be a freak athlete to be able to get in and out their breaks and beat these cornerbacks on a consistent basis, getting separation. You got to be an elite type wide receiver to be able to do that at that size. But when you that tall, you still kind of open. But I'm just saying, you still want to be able to get some kind of separation on a consistent basis. So, yeah, you got to take that into consideration. But he said TJ Vasher. Now, that man had one highlight in camp, and that was it for him. We ain't hear nothing else about that man. That man had one shining training camp moment, and that was it. And I ain't gonna cap on that man. I was all over it, though. Trap. You see how trifling people is. I got a whole TJ Vasher video, and I'm up here dogging the man. Dang, that's crazy. But it was fun times, man. We was hoping for TJ Vashers and stuff of the world. That's crazy. Now, that's just how the Dallas Cowboys have us, man. They have us hoping and wishing that these UDFAs become superstars. That's what we have to deal with, man. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Megatron was 6'5". I told you, I feel like the threshold, I think it stops at 6'5". How many 6'6" good receivers you can name? I guarantee you it ain't many. It ain't many receivers that's over 6'5" that was any good. Not in my day. Maybe it was some old school guys that probably, got past me. But I guarantee you it ain't many that was over 6'5" that was just going crazy like that. Danny said our fan base thought he was the next Randy Moss, him and Simi. Yeah, we had so much high hopes for Simi for sure. I don't think nobody really bought into TJ Vasher like that, but that was an outstanding catch he had that practice though. That one practice, that was a great catch though. I'm not gonna lie. Troy Dudley in the building. What's happening? He said, I think Dallas is going O-line, D-line, then linebacker. I would be in shambles. Troy, what you gonna do about your running back? Even if you don't give me a wide receiver, you gotta at least give me a running back. You don't have a fourth, Troy. So you gonna have to drop a running back in the fifth? I'd be in shambles. I 100% I'm 100% against drafting defensive tackle this year. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. The Cowboys should have bought one in free agency, man. We don't do it well. We don't draft defensive tackles well, y'all. That's a realization we got to come to. How much more of this we got to go through to realize that that's just not something we do good? Right? We have strengths and weaknesses just like everybody else. We don't draft defensive tackles well, man. So let's stop it. Don't waste a draft pick like that. I would rather, if you want to waste one, get me a wide receiver then. Trap. If you want to waste one, just give me a wide receiver then and leave me alone. That's all I'm going to say. But I done talked out most of the time, but hold on. Let me get a little bit of this in there real quickly. Hold on. PFF. My bad. PFF. I wanted to go over some of these comps real quick. So let's get into it. Okay. I did want to get into these comps real quick because I done talked my time away. My mouse died. All kind of stuff happened. Okay. They got a comp with Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts. I would like to respectfully disagree, sir. I'm sorry. Trap. Now, Jalen Hurts was a decent quarterback, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm willing to say that Jaden Daniels, depending on where he go, I'm believing he going to Washington. Jalen Hurts has never had 25 touchdown passes. I'm almost willing to bet that Jaden Daniels might have that year one, you know? Trap. I really think this is a lazy comparison, being honest. I really do. I think they was just like, you know, he's black, he's athletic, you know, he run. I think it was one of those, man. I think this was a lazy comparison, honestly. Now, they numbers look real similar. It says Jaden Daniels build and exploits as a runner, draw comparisons to Lamar Jackson. While those comparisons are statistically warranted, to the appropriate parallel for Daniels as a passer is Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. I really don't believe so. We seen Jaden Daniels win the Heisman. We seen Jaden Daniels throw for 40 touchdown passes. Jalen never done that in college, y'all. Trap. But to be fair, though, Jaden Daniels did have better weapons. Jalen Hurts had CD in his best year. Nah, I take that back. Hold on. Wait a minute. Pump your brakes. Hold your horses. Jalen Hurts had some of them Bama wide receivers over there, too, and he was doing nothing with them. He had Devontae Smith over there, was doing nothing with them. Nope. I'm not letting them go. No way. No way, Jose. You're not getting away with that one. You had plenty of wide receiver talent at Bama. I was just about to give you the, you know, the pass to say you only had CeeDee Lamb in Oklahoma. No. At Bama, you had plenty of wide receivers, bro. No, I'm not doing that because I was just about to give you a little grace because we seen what Jaden Daniels did. Jaden Daniels had some incredible receivers. Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors. Them boys is great. But we seen Jalen Hurts with some great receivers too. And he ain't do what Jaden Daniels did. He didn't win the Heisman. He didn't throw for 40 touchdown passes. He didn't do that. So I just don't think they the same type of player. I really think that was a lazy comparison by PFF on that one. Like, I really look at Jaden Daniels as a way different quarterback. Like, he's a runner, he's a scrambler and stuff like that, but he actually can throw the ball at the collegiate level. Jalen wasn't a thrower of the ball like that at the collegiate level. I'm sorry, he wasn't. He got better at Oklahoma, but he was never the passer that Jaden Daniels did. We seen Jaden Daniels making pro-level throws. Pro-level throws. So I feel like if Jalen Hurts would have started his year one, he would have been terrible. And he was bad his first couple of years. Like, and I'm telling you right now, even if he do go to Washington, he gonna start out and be a good quarterback. He's not going to have to wait and then come out and still be bad like Jalen Hurts did. So, let's get back into it though. But I think that was a lazy comparison right there. Bucket Irvin, they got him compared to Theo Riddick. Let's see. That ain't the one I wanted to talk about. This the one I wanted to talk about. Xavier Legette, South Carolina, DK Metcalf. That one right there is ridiculous.
Trap.
That one right there is ridiculous. Yeah, but that one right there is ridiculous, y'all. I see if we could get this guy anywhere near DK Metcalf, because that's the physically imposing monster right there. I don't think it's nobody that's built like this dude. If he anything, even a piece of DK Metcalf, I need him on my squad.
Trap.
It says this comparison took a small hit with South Carolina's Legette measured 2 inches shorter than DK at 6'3". Mark the Gamecocks listed him as. Nonetheless, I'll stick with it after watching Legette carry this offense this past season and put on an explosive display at the NFL Scouting Combine that was only microscopically lesser than DK Metcalf. So he still was in that ilk. He wasn't as tall, but he still was blowing them out the water. Legette and Metcalf are both blazing fast and very strong, but play linear style without a ton of wiggle at the beyond the line of scrimmage. However, when they get their momentum going, they can be serious threats to score on any play. While he is 2 inches shorter than DK Metcalf, Legette has a couple of advantages headed into the draft. We never actually got to see Metcalf have a monster season at Ole Miss. Legette finished 2023 with the 8th most yards in the country and a 86.9 receiving grade. Legette also owns a better college drop rate than Metcalf. Metcalf was selected with the final pick in the 2nd round in 2019 and instantly became a productive player in Seattle despite a limited route tree. I expect Legette to land around that spot or potentially higher and use his similar skill set to succeed in the NFL. Man, oh man, oh man. If we can get a player like this, do y'all think Legette will be there in the 2nd round? What y'all think? Will he be there in the 2nd round for us? Because I'll take him over a lot of other players. I believe I like Keon because of the fit for the Cowboys. But I think I like his skill set a little better. But them 3 big wide receivers that could go crazy with Dak Prescott. Keon Coleman, Brian Thomas, and Xavier Legette. So, out of those 3, if you got all 3 on right there, who you drafting? Let me know.
Trap.
Let me know so we can ride this thing on now. If you got all 3 of them right there for the picking, who you taking? If you got Keon Coleman there, Brian Thomas, and Xavier Legette right there waiting on you in the 2nd round, who you picking? Who you picking? I know it's unlikely that Brian Thomas might not make it that far, but this is just a hypothetical. Danny Savage said he picking Coleman over all them boys.
Trap.
Danny Savage said he picking Coleman over all of them. Ooh, I don't know about that one. Let me see. Peter said Brian Thomas. Freight Train says Legette had a bad OC and the worst O-line in the country, and he still cut up. See, look, that's what I'm saying, man. Ugh. Then he had Rattler over there, right? Spencer Rattler, I believe, the South Carolina quarterback, right? I think his name's Spencer Rattler. He's okay, but he ain't good enough to be like he had a quarterback. He gonna get drafted, but he ain't no Jaden Daniels, no Heisman Trophy winner. Okay, let's take a look at this, though. Brian Thomas did have to shadow spotlight with Malik Neighbors, though. He didn't get the full treatment as a great wide receiver either, though. He got in, he ate, but he wasn't the star of the show. Can he even take a star of the show? Well, we don't need a star. We need a second fiddle. We need somebody who's, ready to be a second guy. So Brian Thomas might be actually perfect because he know how to be a number 2 already. Leggett was the star of the show over there. Brian says my pet cat is Leggett, though. Yeah, I think that's a tough question, right? You got all of them there. Coleman, Leggett, and Brian Thomas. What y'all think about those 3? And then we're going to ride this thing on now. I see a couple of answers. I see Coleman. Hey, Coleman coming with it, though. I see Troy said Coleman. Gregory Davis said Coleman. Elijah Robinson says Coleman. I got one Leggett, one Thomas. Danny said Thomas goes earlier. This is a hypothetical, Danny. Don't kill my dreams, Danny. Don't kill my dreams. This is a hypothetical situation because you really don't know what could happen. You know what I'm saying? Brian Thomas might get caught with a bong of weed right before the draft. We don't know. Trap. Stranger things have happened, Danny. Stranger things have happened. So let's just say he there. You know what I'm saying? He might have something in the trunk, Danny. We don't know. So what we doing with Toba? Making him a number 3 next year? Like, bro, I don't care about nobody's feelings right now. I'm trying to win. Like, look. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. I think Turpin will be a great number 3. You know what I'm saying? I think he can be a number 3, especially next year after next. Or, okay, what do it take for you to move on then? Because, okay, you gave up a 3rd round pick. What do it take for you to say, okay, let's save face and do something else before we waste some prime years of my quarterback and my team? Or you gonna say, well, we're gonna force feed Tolbert and just see what happens? I don't know. Like, I got high hopes for Tolbert, man, but it's like, but the timeline ain't fitting right now. The timeline ain't fitting. We need to do something right now. We need him to be who we want him to be right now. That's the only thing that's keeping me away from Tolbert. You know that Tolbert that you got in your head, who you think he might be able to be one day? We need him to be that right now. According to our timeline, he needs to be that right now, today. And if he's not that today, then we might need to do something else. That's just a tough pill we gotta swallow, man. You know, pause. I'm just saying, whatever your ceiling is for Tolbert, we need him to be that right now. Okay, that's the last question. Do y'all think Tolbert gonna reach that ceiling next year? Do y'all think he gonna reach that ceiling next year? We need him to reach that ceiling next year. Jermaine Burton might fall to the 3rd, and I'm telling you, he gonna be a sleeper. Somebody's gonna be very happy with Jermaine Burton. He's gonna be a good player for somebody. They're gonna be thrilled. If he get a good quarterback, watch out. That's all I'm gonna say. If he get a good quarterback in this league, watch out. Jermaine Burton gonna tie something up. He gonna tie the league up. If he get a good quarterback, and then he's just a 3rd receiver, 2nd, 3rd receiver, he gonna cook on somebody's team. Wouldn't mind it to be us. Exactly, Brian Peters. That might even help him even more. Drafting another young receiver, putting that pressure on him, that might make him take his game up another notch. That might really do him some good. So you might, I like that mentality too. You might be right. That might do him some good. But all I'm saying is, I'm not down on the player. I'm just in a sense of urgency because I need it to happen now. I don't have time to wait. My timeline ain't lining up with his right now. Wow. You think so? We'll see. I hope so. I hope you're right. I hope Toba go crazy next year. I hope he take it over. I hope he owns that I hope he push Brandon Cooks for number 2. I hope he push Brandon Cooks for number 2, y'all. I really do. I want Toba to go crazy. But these are wants and, hopes. I just want something tangible to come in and just say, hey, I'm him. I need Toba to be that guy right now, man. I don't think that's asking too much. This year 3 now. We hoping for him. We rooting for him. He's a friend of the show. We want well for him. But like I said, my timeline is different right now. I need him to be on the get right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about the future no more. I need him to be going crazy right now. Okay, let's ask this question. Is Toba better than Javon Baker or Keon Coleman? I don't think it's fair to say Keon Coleman. Is he better than Javon Baker? Is he better than Jermaine Burton? Is he better than Jermaine Burton? Franklin from Oregon. Is he better than them guys like that? Because them some of the guys who you could probably draft in the 3rd, maybe. I think Troy Franklin, he's really like a wild card. I don't know where they gonna want him at. Some people might be super high on him. Some people might be super low on him. We'll have to see what happens. Going off college tape. Yeah, that's a good question. I guess you can go off college tape because that's what we seen from Toba. To be honest, I know what I've seen from Toba is kind of penalizing him right now. Just being honest, I don't know. And it ain't his fault because I think he should have got more opportunities, but I'm thinking a better talent gonna come in and demand those opportunities. Yeah, is he better than Brendan Rice? Jerry Rice's son? Is he better than Franklin? Is he better than Javon Baker? Is he better than those guys? I don't know. And you gonna have to look. I'm gonna tell you right now. You guys, the poet said they put him in for 2 seconds and he caught the ball and they set him back down. Yeah, hey. All I'm saying is, do his timeline match up with ours? Do you feel like he gonna be that guy next year? Cause we felt good about him going into this year. We like Toba gonna do this, Toba gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping this year be the year. 3rd time's the charm. Cause look, you gonna have to pay him next year. You know what I'm saying? This the 3rd year. The 4th year, he gonna be up for a contract. You gonna have to decide on him. So we don't have too much more time to hope and project when it comes to him. That's just the harsh reality. That's not the one that I like. That's just the one that's reality. You know? You got to figure it out. Shout out to Boss Cowboy with the $10 super, man. I appreciate you, man. He says super chat for the fly shirt, swagging for the South. Hey, man, I appreciate you, son. I appreciate you, man. Trap. I appreciate you, man. I know you about to get ready to crank your show up shortly, man. So I'm finna go and get up out your way in a minute and tune in myself. Danny Savage says he has no choice. One-legged MG gone. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And then I don't even want to speak of an injury, right? If CeeDee Lamb has the worst case of the runs, we ain't gonna talk about no injury. If CeeDee Lamb got the runs and he cannot suit up, what are we gonna do at wide receiver? Cause y'all said y'all trusted them. Y'all trust the wide receiving core outside of CD. That's crazy. No, I don't. No. If anything happened to CeeDee Lamb, our season is over, y'all. Trap. And that should never be so outside of your quarterback. Am I right or wrong? How good you feel? Give me on a scale of 1 to 10. If CeeDee Lamb went there, give me your scale of 1 to 10 confidence level if anything happened to CeeDee Lamb. I don't care. Man, if CD missed 4-5 games, we done. If he don't even got to miss the whole year. I can't say I'm looking at Cooks and I'm like, suit up. I can't do it, bro. Y'all crazy. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. No. I want to be y'all friend, man. I really do. I want to be y'all friend on this Brandon Cook stuff. I do. I promise you I do. But my integrity just won't let me lie. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I would be in shambles if you tell me I got to line up with Brandon Cooks and Jalen Tolbert becomes your second receiver. You'll line up with Brandon Cooks. This if you don't address receiver at all, sir. This if you don't address receiver at all. Your wide receiver core is Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert, and who else? We don't even know who after that, man.
Right, don't work. I'm buying everybody trap phone.
Who after that? Trap. Man, shout out to JC Cowboy Network with the $10 super, man. I appreciate you, sir. I really do, man. He says, keep up the great work. My bro, fire. Hey, you do the same, man. You got some good breakdowns over there. Y'all make sure y'all support the content creators, man. I know y'all know who Boss is. I'm pretty sure you probably know who JC Cowboy is. But if you don't, make sure y'all go over there and support those brothers, man. They do great work and they doing great things, man. So make sure y'all go support them as well. Hold on. Boss says, like, look, give me y'all 1 to 10 now, and I'm gonna get up out of here because y'all probably gonna make me mad. Man, look. I gotta turn the music off for this. Listen, there should not be no other position that if one player go down, your season is over. That should never be so. Outside, the only position that should be like that is quarterback. So if CeeDee Lamb had the worst case of runs that you ever seen and he had to stay out for 4 games, we doomed to me. Man, do y'all look, the people that's high on it? Hold on. Freight Train says 8.9. My God, 8 or 9. You very high. Okay, do y'all realize that CeeDee Lamb was our whole offense last year? Do y'all realize CeeDee Lamb was the offense last year? And you mean to tell me you confident without him? Man, come on, y'all. We got to be realistic, man. Now, hey, see, Brandon Cooks is not the worst wide receiver ever. He's not, bro. But you mean to tell me I'm supposed to be confident lining up with those guys? This is when you got to let all the projections go. No more projecting, boss. Boss, let them know. Look, when it's time to play, it's no more projecting no more. You need them boys to be what they supposed to be now. Shit, I ain't talking about what I hope you be. I want you to do that today. Are you confident in them being that today, bro? No, I am not. Shit. Hold on. He said, no, that would be our record 8 and 9. Oh, okay. Trap. Even in the injury category, you need a wide receiver. In the contractual category, you need a wide receiver. Hey, I'm just saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Lord forbid nothing happens. You know, we hope to God. We've been getting lucky. We got to thank the heavens. CeeDee Lamb has been healthy, man, and I pray to God he continues to do that, because that's really amazing. He had 2 great, phenomenal seasons. We've been using him like one of them running backs, like a workaholic, one of them big time backs. We've been using them like that. We've been spamming Lamb, and this man been healthy. So we just pray that continues, man. We really do. We really overusing them. That's one thing people got to realize, too. You really overworking CD. Why you think the man holding out? Trap. CD ain't no fool. Him and his management, they ain't no fools. They looking at it like, hold on, CD. Wait a minute. They spider sense is tingling. Hold on. You mean to tell me you are the Dallas Cowboys offense, but you on a rookie deal? Hold on. Wait a minute. somebody in CD camp said, wait a minute, hold on. This can't be like this, bro. We got to strike now. So look, guess what, CD? They finna try to do this a whole nother year. Wait a minute, CD. They might not just do it another year. They might do it another 2 years. They might franchise tag you. Trap. Man, we using CD like Zeke. We overusing CD like we did Zeke, bro. I know it's 2 different positions, but you get what I'm saying. We overusing CD like we use Zeke, bro. And we sitting up here not trying to get this man a contract. I don't blame CD, bro. If that was my son, I'd tell him to do the same thing. Hey, they gotta pay you for your services. You getting paid like you just a guy when you really the guy, when you really him.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
And this ain't the first year. That's why I'm not mad at CD. This ain't the first year. CD could have been trying to do some stuff like that last year. CD could have been pouting and screaming and shouting a year ago. You see what I'm saying? He ain't do that. CD came, showed up to work, and played ball. Y'all know he could have got a contract last year, right? He was in 2020. You can negotiate contracts in the 3rd year. This the 4th year. CD could have been like that. He could have been said something, but he didn't. He came to work. He showed up. He balled out. He did what he's supposed to do. So now it's time for that man to get his money. It is what it is. He the whole offense. And some of these people up here thinking that we'll be okay without him, no, that's fantasy land. I'm sorry, y'all. That's just not true, man. It's just not true. But, hey, I ain't even try to make this a case for wide receiver. I'm just thinking out loud, and then the conversation just build. Somebody say something. So this is literally the art of freestyling right here, man. The conversation just build into this. I'm thinking out loud, and it just make too much sense, y'all. We need to really do the right thing, man. If wide receiver is the best player available for 3 rounds straight, we better draft a damn wide receiver. Trap. But I appreciate all the love and support, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. I hope y'all appreciate my efforts here, man. Hey, I know it's a few new people that came over from me doing the show with Vach. Big ups to him and his channel. I really appreciate it. And if this your first time here, I go by Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media. Y'all make sure y'all support Landlord Sports. And you know why them haters hate on us. Why? Because we are, what? The greatest. That's what. Make no mistake about it. Yeah. Thanks for all the love and support.
Put my
yes, sir.
Money.
Make sure you hit that like and share for the squad.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And this is greatness defined. Every line is divine. Verses boggle your mind. And every song, man, I swear, just get better with time. No matter how much shade they throwing, I still manage to shine. I don't know why they so obsessed with mine. I'm all they think about. Go in their house, they probably got my pics in a shrine. Damn, I never let these play me. They see us ballin', now they wanna switch teams like KD. I know my time coming, I guess I'ma wait and see. I'm too cocky and confident that humble ain't for me, Lord. Help me with my egotistical ways, but I'm amazed how they display such miserable hate. I never paid attention to what most people say. Their words are unimportant like prepositional phrase. They wanna see me crash and burn in a ridiculous blaze, but yet I rise like the Phoenix. Show these people I'm great enough. Yeah, I know these haters can't stand me. Well, take a seat, I do it for the family. So bring the block to the Grammys, and if you try to stop me, you need a plan B. Yeah, I just do it for the real. If you ain't from the bottom, you ain't get how I feel. To go against the odds, go hard, chase meals, let it down till you make it. Show 'em all you the greatest, I'm the great young poet, got flow flowing, it's mind blowing. I'm flamboyant when brainstorming, it's fair warning. For my opponents that will be mourning before the morning.
Every beat I eat and destroy, that's what the fans wanted. The hot topic, you try to copy, that's hard stopping. Yeah, I'm a giant when rhyming, but y'all microscopic. I got them watching and they believe in me like a prophet, cause the pics I'm cropping be masterpieces, they photoshopping. I'm from the bottom, assembled by the avenue, so I gotta pay homage to the hood to show my gratitude. And then my attitude is similar to an animal. These dudes ain't half as cool, I got different levels to tap into. I am the truth, these people know that I kill it, these are God level lyrics. I should be on Mount Olympus. My music therapeutic to the real people's spirit like it came from ancient Kemet. Ain't nobody messing with me, I'm the greatest.
Trap, 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 trap.
And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.